Hello and good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible. If I'm audible, just drop a quick yes or a thumbs up in the chat box. Guys, if I'm audible, drop a quick yes or a thumbs up in the chat box. Okay, excellent. Welcome and welcome back to the day 3 of Web Development Workshop by Tech Octanet Services. Let us begin.
So, welcome back to the day 3 of this front-end development session. And as you have planned, on the first day we'll go for HTML, the second day we'll go for the CSS, and on the third day we'll go for the JavaScript, and on the fourth day we'll do some small project like a portfolio, and we got into the React part. So, as we have covered the HTML and CSS, so today's session is will be dedicated to the JavaScript part. We will start from the scratch and go to the modern JavaScript that I use now. Okay. So let's start. I'm sharing my screen. My screen is visible to you. Good evening. Good evening. Okay. Okay. So on the first day we are going for HTML, and second day we'll go for the CSS part. So HTML and CSS are fine with us for making any website. Okay. So why JavaScript comes into picture? Because we saw how to design very good interface using uh, the HTML and CSS part. So why we'll go for the JavaScript part? Because JavaScript provides us the behavioral thing of the website, how the website behaves on the interaction with the user, because behavior is necessary now. Because when you will, for example, a form is there. Okay, a form is there where the username and password is password fields are there. So when a user will try to log in, it will give you the his user ID and the password. So when the user will log in, it will be validated. The username and the password will be validated. Then after the particular user can log in into its account. So generally the password, for example, the username. Username are generally any alphabet, any combination of alphabets. So if I give any numbers, okay. So what will be the server behave? The data will be go to the server, and from the server it will be checked that yes, the username is not a alphabet. It is a, for example, it is a numeric value, and the error will come from that server itself. Okay. But uh, JavaScript provides us a functionality where these things, the validating things, can be checked by the client side, on the client side itself. So if it is validated on the client side, no need to go to server, no need of extra time consumed for that data going to the server and coming from that server. So these behavior things provides these behavior functionalities are provided by the JavaScript. So this is why JavaScript is necessary in building any websites, and for handling an event also, JavaScript plays a vital role. Okay. So for today's content, we will go from the scratch. We'll start from JavaScript and go to the modern JavaScript part, and at the end we'll do a form handling part that I have explained now. We'll do a form handling part. We'll check for the user correct username. We'll check for the correct password. Then only the login will be there. Okay. So I do the form handling part on the last of on the last part of this session. Okay, so I have a cheat sheet for the JavaScript, modern JavaScript. Okay. This is a cheat sheet which you can refer. Okay, so first thing comes in a program. Okay, first thing, JavaScript is a scripting language. Okay, scripting language. So a program can be written by the script by JavaScript. When the JavaScript is run, where the JavaScript run? Sorry, where the JavaScript run? JavaScript runs inside the browser itself. Inside the browser itself. So it will have all the thing that contains that a normal programming language contain. For example, the variables, the data types, the loops, etc. All the things that are present in a normal programming language, all the things are there inside the JavaScript. Okay. So starting with the variables. Okay. So variables means what? Variables are simply the place or container where the value to is stored. This is the definition for variables. So, as JavaScript is a loosely typed language. Loosely typed language. Anyone knows what is a loosely typed language? What do you mean? Anyone knows what is a loosely typed language? For example, Python, JavaScript. These are loosely typed language. And other on the other hand, there is a strongly typed language. Loosely typed language, the data type is not necessary for defining any variables. Okay. For example, let's create the let's open the VS Code, and inside the VS Code, let's create a index.html file. Okay, okay, yes. And where the JavaScript is written? This is a HTML file. Where the JavaScript is written? There are two ways of adding JavaScript. First thing, like the CSS was there, we can use a in CSS we use a style tag. Here we can use a script tag, and inside the script tag we can write JavaScript. But same thing, this is not followed because the code will be, the HTML file will become very much clumsy, and this will not look good. So usually we externally bind a JavaScript file with this HTML file, externally link. So how to link externally? So simply write a script tag, and inside that script tag provide a src attribute, and src attribute is the source attribute. So provide the source of the file where the JavaScript file is there. So here I will write index.js. I will create an index.js file, and as we are inside the same directory, I will write index.js simply, and now the link is done between the HTML file and the JavaScript file. Okay, so this is how we can uh, link the HTML and HTML file and JavaScript file. Okay, so the first thing was variables. So as JavaScript is a loosely typed language, we don't require the data type name when we are initializing the variable. For example, in normal C or C++ or Java, those who have studied, when you are declaring any variable in C, how you are declaring? Int n, then semicolon. Okay. Here, before declaring the variable, we are giving the name of the data type. But in case of JavaScript, simply n is fine while declaring. And for initializing, n equals to, for example, 5. This will work fine. Okay, this will work fine. And uh, the JavaScript will automatically check for the data type. As it is 5 is an integer, or in JavaScript we call it as number. As it is an so the data type will be number. Now if I define m equals to, for example, any string abc, here JavaScript will check for the data type of the right hand side. So it is a sequence of character or string. So automatically the data type of m will be assigned with a string. This is how it works. Okay, we don't require the data types name while declaring external. For example, we don't require int here. Okay, see, it is giving me error. And uh, as compared to the C and Java, like we usually give the semicolon up after each line. In JavaScript, semicolon is optional. You can give semicolon. Also, you can you don't if you don't give also, there is no issue. Okay, so okay, from where to get the cheat sheet? I'll say okay. Yes, doesn't require semicolon. It doesn't require also. If you give also, no problem is there. Okay. Okay. So these are the variables, and there are three scopes that are used. I will tell. First one is the let, then the where, and the last one, that is the const. Okay. So these three are the scopes of the variable. I will say. For example, let. When you are declaring let, it is becoming local to that particular instance where you are declaring the variable. For example, let a equals to 10. Okay, so it is local to this. If I give a parenthesis here, or so the variable a is limited to this scope only, limited to this scope only. It is not if I try to access a here. Okay, so for accessing or displaying, we can use the, for example, if we want to uh, for display purpose, if we want to display the variable name uh, on the HTML file. Okay, on the HTML file you can use the document dot write. It is a function. The document is the whole HTML document, and the write is a function. Okay, for writing anything on the HTML document. Here if we want to write a, so yeah, we can open the live server. Okay. See, nothing is written, so it is undefined because it is blocks code. On the other hand, if I write, the where a goes to 10, while declaring where, okay, while declaring the where, the variable becomes global to that context. Okay, so this is global declaration, and let is local declaration, or it has a local scope. Here where has a global scope. This is the difference between let and where. Okay, and there is another scope, that is the const. On the name is itself, it is suggesting anyone who are from C and C++ background, they will be knowing the const. Const is used for constant. So if we're initializing anything, for example, const. Okay, const a equals to 10. Okay, so when you are initializing any variable using const, it cannot be reinitialized, or I will say it is constant, it cannot be changed. If you are initializing a equals to 20 here, error will come on the console. We'll see the error. See, uncut syntax error, redeclaration of the variable a previously declared at line 16, column 9. So it is giving me error that the redeclaration of the variable a. Okay, so it is constant type, so it cannot be reinitialized, okay, or redeclared. I think you got the thing. What is the difference between let, const, and where? Let is local scope, where is global scope, and the const is the constant type. It cannot be redeclared or reinitialized later on. It can be initialized only once. Okay, that's fine. So let's move further. Let's comes to the data types. Other data types, the primary integer data type is not here. It is integer is replaced by number. Same thing. Integer is replaced by number. Okay. And then normal string data type is also there. Boolean data type are also there. These are the primary data types: string, number, and booleans. Okay. Then comes the array and objects. Array, for example, those who are from programming backgrounds, array. What the definition of array? You array is a collection of homogeneous elements. Those who are from the C and C++ background. But in JavaScript, array is a collection of elements. Simply, it is not a collection of homogeneous element. You can store a string along with a number, along with a boolean value inside a array. You want to see here how it is. Let me comment these things. Okay, array. Okay, so while declaring array, simply arr equals to, I will give the square brackets here. First, I will write 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is fine. Okay, so for displaying in the console, I need a function that is the log function. Okay, and on the console you are logging it, so it is console.log. Okay, here I'll give the arr inside the parenthesis, and let's see how it is. Sorry, not this one. This one. See how the array is displayed. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fine. No problem. For example, I need arr equals to arr2 equals to 1 along with a string value. For example, hello. Then uh, boolean value true. Okay. Then I need to console.log. Okay. So arr2. Let's see. See, it is also declaring as same. So no need of homogeneous data types inside the array in JavaScript. It can be of same that homogeneous data type, and it cannot be homogeneous data type. So data type doesn't matter in case of array here. Okay. Then comes another data type that is undefined or null. For example, uh, here I will define anything. For example, any variable n, let n. Okay, and I will display log of n. As it is not initialized, it must show me, okay, n before initialization. Okay, undefined is kind of void here. Okay. So I am not able to display it. If you simply write equals to undefined, it will work, but this is not the thing I want to show you. Okay, this is not the thing I want to show you. uh, as undefined is like the void. Okay, undefined is like the void, nothing is there. And null means the null value which cannot be determined. This is the difference between undefined and null. Okay. Okay, uh, then comes the, which one, array. Before array, I will go for the function part. After the function, we will go for the array. Okay. Uh, let's skip the function also. Let's go for the conditional statement. Okay. Conditional statement and loops. First, the conditional statements. It is same as the Java, but now I will say that the JavaScript is a mix of language which uses Python and Java. I will say. because from the Java it takes the syntax of the arrays and the conditional statement are same to same, and from the Python it takes the loosely typed language property. So I will say JavaScript is a mixture of Java and Python. Okay, so see, same syntax as the Java, or see, I can say if then the condition, and if the particular condition is true, then the corresponding lines will be executed, otherwise the else part will be executed. Same thing, we can use a else if also. For example, I'll say here, uh, I define the age. Okay, for example, you are giving vote, and age is declared here. Okay, so we have to determine you are eligible to vote or not. Okay, so let age equals to 12. So normally if condition, if age is greater than 18, then console dot log eligible to vote. Okay, now we are doing very simple things. Slowly we will move to the modern JavaScript, which is a little bit complex, not that. So kindly be there. Eligible to vote or not eligible to vote. Okay. Sorry, I missed the double quotation. Okay, yeah, now it's fine. Age is 12 I have given. Okay, so age if age is greater than 18, eligible to vote, else you are not eligible. So let's see, as age is 12, we are getting the expected result, that is the not eligible to vote. If I am giving it as 21, eligible to vote, is the console is visible to you? Yes, yes, I will say, how to take user input. I will say just be patient here. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. As it is visible, let's move further. Now see, age value is given by me. Okay. So if I need a user input, so what can I say? As anyone has asked the question, so there are pop-ups in JavaScript. Okay. These pop-ups helps the user to interact with the browser. For that, I will say there are three types of pop-ups. First one is the alert. Second one is the prompt, I'll say, and the third one is confirm. Okay, so let's start with the alert. Alert will simply display a message. Okay, we are displaying the message on the console. Let comment it, and we'll display the message on the browser itself in a better way. So we use the alert here, alert, and inside it will copy paste the eligible to vote. Same thing. Okay, and here also alert, not eligible to vote. Yes. See, it is giving me eligible to vote in form of a alert or a notification, I will say. You are getting it? And this notification or alert depends on the browser. I am using Mozilla Firefox, that's why it is giving me like this. If you are using any browser, for example Chrome, and same file, see, here the alert comes on the top like this. Okay. So simply the alert, the pop-ups depends on the browser, how the browser had defined that alerts. Okay, so let's close this. Then comes the second one, that is the prompt. Okay, prompt is used for getting a user input from the keyboard to the JavaScript. Okay. So here I have manually initialized. So let's take the use of prompt here. See, prompt I am writing, it is a function. So inside that it takes a string as the message which will be displayed. So I will say please enter your age. Okay. So here, please enter your age. Okay. Now I can give the input. For example, first time I'm giving the age is 12, I should get the alert that you are not eligible to vote. See, it is giving not eligible to vote. I refresh the page, and now if I give 21 as the uh, input, see, eligible to vote. I hope you got the uh, thing. Okay, this is the use of prompt. Then comes another pop-up, that is the confirm. So confirm used to confirm the thing. For example, what can I say? I will say confirm. Okay, inside it will give a function. Are you really 18-year old? 18 year above? Okay, and if there will be two inputs, two options, yes or no. If I provide yes, this function confirm function will return me true. If I click on no, then it will give me false. So if I use a if statement here, if this will be true, then only I need alert eligible to vote. Okay, and here I will give a else part, and else part I will simply copy paste the not eligible to vote. Okay, see how it works. First, it will ask for my age. If I give 20, it will, are you really above 18-year above? Sorry, are you really 18-year above? Okay, and cancel. If I give okay, then see the output is eligible to vote. Same thing here. If I cancel, okay, I told you na there is two options. If I cancel it, not eligible to vote. I think you got it. Okay, okay. Then comes I think we have go through all the three pop-ups. Then comes the loops part. Okay, loops part. As you know, there are two types of loop, or someone will say three types of loop: for loop, while loop, do while loop. Okay. I have never used do while loop. I don't know do while is there in JavaScript or not. Let's check it. Do while is do while do is statement creates. Yes, dual is also there in JavaScript. It works fine. Okay. So there are three types of loops. The first one is the, so everyone knows JavaScript, but I have been instructed to do this. On the last day, we will go for React. Don't be in a hurry. Okay. All the things are there. The React is just a JavaScript library, and if you don't know the asynchronous JavaScript part, then you cannot go for it. Okay. So I'm starting from the scratch. That's why it's easy for you. And let's go to the loops part. And on the loop, uh, let's comment with this one whole thing. The loops part. Let's declare an array. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Okay, and simply the for loop for I equals to 0, I less than, for example, 5, 5 plus plus. If I need to get the sum out of it, so sum equals to 0. The same logic we write sum plus equals to the array of I. Okay, and on the last we will display the log of the sum. Let's get the output. See, it is 15. Same thing. Same thing can be implemented by the while loop and while loop. Okay. So loops are also important part of the JavaScript, and all the array functions that will come later on part. these are the the array functions are very important while using that you are telling na react inside that react these array function are used, and I'm pretty confident that the array function are little bit confusing, so first read these things thoroughly, then you will go for it. Okay, then comes the uh, function. Okay, then the function part in JavaScript is a main purely function based language. All the thing runs on function. I'll show you why it is function based language. See, likewise in Java or C, first you have to write the function keyword here. Then you have to define the name. Okay, not the data type here. You have to define the name of the function. For example, add. Okay. Now it will take three out input. For example, x, y, and z. Okay, and this will produce the output as, for example, it will return x plus y plus z. Okay, x plus y plus z. And if I log the thing, log x, for example, 1 2 3, sorry, log the output of the function 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3. See, it is giving me 27 as the output. Okay. Yes, it's 27. Okay, so it is a one way of writing function. There are many ways. I will show you. You can store the function inside a variable. Isn't it interesting? Inside a variable, you will store the function. For example, this is the name of the function. What is the name of the function? Add. Okay, so you are calling it as add of, and then passing the variables. Okay, you can store the function inside the variable. How to do that? For example, you have to declare a variable. For example, addition. Okay, addition equals to, then you will write the function parameter function thing, then you will go for the add. Okay, here you will pass the x y z, and here we will return x plus y plus z. Okay, then the log x y z, sorry, pass the value 3, and this should be passed inside the name of the variable, that is the addition. There is a syntax error. Yes, I think it's not good. Oops, addition. See, it is giving me a result as 9. Okay, but if I write adding here, let's see if it works or not. See, it is not giving me the proper output. Here I have declared the function, but it is stored inside the variable. So from that variable only the access to the function is possible. By this name it is not possible. Okay, in fact you can remove that name also, no issue. See, it is a function which is not having any name. Okay, it is the variable name through which we call that function. Okay, but this is not the name of the that function. So these type of function are called anonymous function, whose name is not declared. These type of function are known as anonymous function, and this is one of the interview question asked, what is anonymous function. Okay, so this is a type. We can remove the name also. This is a type. And then comes into pictures the arrow functions. The arrow function are simply shortcut techniques to write these function. And because I already told you, all the things are written inside, written in as a form of function here inside in JavaScript. For example, if you write console, uh, it not console. For example, multiply function. Okay, multiply const multiply equals to, then you can write the parameter that are passed. For example, I will pass x and y, then the return type. No, then the statement you want to execute. For example, you want to console dot log, you want to console x star y. Okay, or this is fine. Okay, so let's see the output. Okay, I have declared the function, not used it now. Multiply of x and y, for example 3 and 4, the output should be 12. Yes, it is 12. Okay, so this is the type of function that is called the arrow function, in which we reduce the syntax up to a little bit, where we only have the function parameter, no function argument is there, then a arrow kind of structure that is formed by equal to symbol, then the greater than symbol, then it will be constant dot log x star y. Okay, then multiply 3 and 4. And here we are calling the function. You can also reduce this to further, like const. These things are used in your React components that will become later on. This function, let's comment out this one. Okay, comment all the things. Okay. So const multiply, then you are getting the output x comma y, and if there is only a single line to be executed or returned, then you can easily write here return x star y. Oops, oh sorry, no return keyword is there. You can simply give x star y, then it will be returned. So let's check it if it is working or not. uh, Log, inside log will multiply 4 and 5. See, we are getting the result at 20. So these are surveys. See, from this we reduce this to a single line. So in a single line also function can be written. So there are many types of function syntax in JavaScript, I will say. These are also used in various places in React. Okay. So any doubts? It's the last class sheet posted. Okay. I will. JavaScript is a little bit similar to C. Yes, I tell na. The language syntax is somehow related to C and Java and Python. It is a mixture of everything. Have to know basics and function. Yes, it is the thing. Only React is not everything. Okay, sir, can you please provide the cheat sheet? Yes, I will provide. In the last class cheat sheet, I will forward the GitHub link, and from that GitHub link, you will get all these things. Okay. Anything? Any doubts till now? It is an interactive session. You can ask the doubts. I will solve that doubt in that place. Okay. So no doubts. So let's move on. Okay. See how many types of syntax for function is there. Okay. So these are the things. Then the function part is complete. Arrow function we have also completed. Okay. Then I will go for the objects. The array function will come a little bit after it. Okay, this is a little bit complex, I will say. So that will, this part will be cover later on. So let's come to the objects part. Okay, uh, those who have learned the oops fundamentals by Java or any language which support oops. C doesn't support oops, C plus does support oops. Okay, so oops means object oriented concepts. Okay, programming, object oriented programming. It's called oops in short form. It's called oops. In that, everything is denoted as as a class and object. No, all the data are stored and manipulated, or I'll say operated as a form of class and objects. Everything. So this helps in handling the real life situations. That's why the oops concept are used nowadays, and JavaScript also support oops. Uh, so what is a class and object? That are the fundamental of rules. So what is a class and object? So class, I will say, a blueprint. Class is a blueprint of the behavior that are that all the objects will follow, which are denoting to that class. For example, I will create a class of elephant. Okay, so that elephant class will have all the blueprint of the, or I will say all the features of elephant. So all the objects that will follow the elephant class, then all the behavior of that elephant class will be inherited by the all the objects. Okay, this is the class. And what is the object? Object is a simply instance of a class. Okay, object is a simply instance of a class. So here, oops, concept is not that required. You only deal with the objects. Okay, for creating any object, uh, in those who have used the Python also, I want to relate the things. Okay, so then it will be easy for you to remember all the things. The In Python there is a data type called dictionary, in which the key value pairs are there. Okay, so when you will get the thing, for example, let object name, I am getting out of the names. For example, any obj1. Okay, object one. The first the curly braces will there, then the key value pairs. For example, it is a student. Okay, S1. So it is a student object. So for each student, there will be a roll number. So I'll say roll, then key value pairs in form of columns. Roll equals to, for example, I will say 1. Okay, then name equals to, I will say, but for example, name equals to Harry. Okay, then sorry, not equals to, it is colon. Okay, sorry, my mistake. Then the, for example, college name, college name equals to, for example, triple IT. Okay, so that's the thing. So this is how the in form of key value pairs the objects are written. So if I log it, okay, let's see how it is uh, displayed. See, what is the data type it is taking? It is object. It has key value pairs. For example, college equals to triple IT, name equals to Harry, and roll number equals to 1. And the JSON data type also somehow same to this object notation. JSON is JavaScript object notation only. Okay, so the notation is kind of same, but little different is there. But we will not go to the JSON part. We'll continue with our object. So if we want to manipulate the object, how to do that? How to access the this is accessing the whole object. But if I want to access the simple, for example, role, what can I do? S1 dot role. So what is the output? One should be output. See, one is the output. Other way also, we can use the, like you are accessing the array element. How are you accessing the array element? S1 of role. Okay, role is not defined. I think, let me check a little bit. Yeah, I forgot the string name. Sorry, double quotes. That's why the error is coming. So you can access through that dot operator also. You can access like the array also. So these are the two way of accessing the array elements. Sorry, object elements or object key value pairs. Okay. So if you want to change it also, you can change it. For example, s1 dot college equals to, for example, I will change this to triple IT to, for example, IIT. Okay. So now I will log it. Then simply I can this one. See, here the college name is triple ID. Here it's changed to IIT. Okay. So this is how we can manipulate the thing object. You can change the object. You can access the object element. So I think that's enough for the object. Okay. So let's move further to the next part. Let's see if I have left anyone. No. Then the function we have completed, arrow function we have completed. Then the template literals. Okay. So it is somehow related to kind of C. Let's give an example. In C, how you write printf, then you give the percentage d for the integer part. Okay. For example, percentage d is a prime number. Okay, prime number. Okay. Then you give a value here. For example, 5. Okay. Here the 5 will be replaced. Sorry, percentage d will be replaced by 5, and it will be printed. Same thing here also. When you are printing the thing, see here, if you are printing in place of call double quotes, you use the backticks here. See, it is not single quote, it is backtick. I'll show you. For example, you want to log. Okay. For example, a number is 5 here. Let n be 5. Okay. Okay. Let n be 5, and console.log goes to, for example, I will use the backticks here. Okay. See, it is backticks. Let's zoom a little bit. It is backticks. Okay. It's extra zoomed. Yeah, it is fine. It is backticks. Okay. So backticks. Then I will say uh, is a prime number, and in place of the value I need to push that n into here. Simply writing n will create it, will assume it as a string. So here we write the dollar. Okay. And inside the dollar we provide a curly braces. Here we provide the variable name. For example, variable name is n, so n will be replaced by the value of that is containing. Okay. So console.log n is a prime number. Let's see, is it uh, n before initialization? What is the error here? So let me check. Wait. Let's take the script back to the last part. Can't access lexical declaration and before initialization. I'm not initializing. Let's check the syntax is correct or not. Dollar name, first name, postualize. See, converting to const it will no before initialization. Well, let's copy paste this whole thing. Then comes okay, sorry. This is the string. I need to store it here, na. So for example, const, then message is there. I got the error. Then you have to store it here. Okay. Inside the variable. Then you have to display the message. Otherwise, this problem would arise. You're also not equals to 5. I think before. Oops. That's what the error. On the upper side, it is n equals to 5. So now it is be solved. See, 5 is a prime number. If you also put the same thing inside the log, also it will work. But the same thing is there. No? See, 5 is a prime number. Okay. So before it was declare n equals to 5, na? So it is let declaration. Okay. then we are constant equals to 5, we are redeclaring it. So that's why the error was coming. So no problem, I have I have solved the error. Okay, is it fine? It's backtick same as pre backtick. uh, Backtick, what is backtick? Backtick or something? Which one you are asking? Backtick is the see, if you are using any keyboard, then the key on the upper side of tab key. You have tab key on the top of the tab key. There is backtick. Okay, okay. Let's move further. And this is called a template detail. These are helpful in where you are printing any, for example, any statement we are printing, in that very much numbers are there. Okay, so if we are writing any, if we are not using this for creating this part, you need to have, for example, n, then you have to add a plus operator, then it will concatenate it, then you have to print the message here. Okay, so if there are many variables are there, for example, after n also this is there. Okay, after one another plus is there, and if it is a complex structure to print, so it will be very hard. So the template detail is used for easy for solving this complexity of printing. Okay, I think it's clear, crystal clear. So let's move further. Then comes the destructuring, and this is also a concept that will be used in the React part also. So see this properly. When you will be destructuring means, it is, see, what is this? This is a key value pair structure, and so it is an object. So from that object you need to extract the name and age. So how to do that? So simply you will write const, and anything it will be work. If it is late also it will work. Then a curly brace, inside curly braces you will write the thing that are there. For example, name and age are there, na? That's why name and age. Then the name of the object. Then the corresponding name value and age value will be stored inside the name and age. So let's copy this part. This, okay. Const person equals to name and, so then while destructuring we will use, for example, const, then uh, curly braces. Inside the curly braces you will give the name same as the key value, that is name, and here it is age. Okay, equals to, what is the name of the object? It is person. Okay, then while you will log the thing, log, sorry, name comma age. Okay, let's see how it works. Bob and 25. Okay, you have to give the same value, so it will be mapped through each other and it will be give the correct result. Otherwise, if you give any other name, for example, here it will give a username. Okay, so here you are printing username. Okay, it will provide you a result undefined. See, it is undefined. Okay, so it is not, it is only declared, not used. Okay, not mapped with it, but age is there. That's why the age is getting the result as 25. But the same name is not used here. Your username is used. If you will use only name, then it will find. Okay, so you have to use the same key value as the destructuring parameter, so to properly destructure the object. Okay, you can also destructure the array also. For example, uh, the this is the array. Let's copy the array. Okay, then we'll start manipulating it. This is the array, and in the same way, this is and this cultivation is written as it is a object. So here it is array. So which bracket will be written? Square brackets. So const. Uh, then comes the, sorry, square brackets. For example, the same case, it was written first, comma second. You can give any name. Okay, equals to which one? Colors. Okay, and then if you want to log it, log first, comma second. What will be the output? Red and green. See, red and green is the output. You could provide a third variable also. What is the first, second, third? Okay, then you are printing third. Then also the same result: red, green, blue. So it works on sequential basis. The first word, the first element will be assigned to the first variable. Second variable will be assigned to the second variable. Third variable will be assigned to the third variable. It is only the name. You can use F here also. No problem. Okay. It will give me the red as output. Okay. I think it's clear now how destructuring works. And destructuring is very it's an application where in React you use destructuring of the props. Okay, you will get to know these things when we will got into React. Okay, then comes the loops and conditional statements are over. Then comes the asynchronous JavaScript part. No, I will not go to this now. I'll go to this array functions. Okay, array functions. So array function, there are mainly there are four types of array function in JavaScript. Array function means the function which are predefined and works on the array. Okay, so let's define an array called num equals to 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so in for this array we need to write the or we need to use the array function to do any operation. Okay, so the first array function is map. Okay, first array function is map. Array function can be accessed by the array name, then the map function. So from the name itself, what the name map suggests? Map means one thing will be related to any other thing. Okay, na? Map means one thing will be related to a particular thing. So uh, same syntax num dot, for example, map. Okay, so this is the syntax. So inside this you have to pass a function. For example, for each value, you need to double the that value. Okay, we need to double each value. So in map function, it is already predefined. So in map function, each value will be iterate on the each value. The loop will iterate. Okay, loop will iterate on each value, and on each value, it will run a function that is given by me. On each value the function will run that is given by me or the user or the programmer. Okay, for example, okay, first I will write the function, then we will relate because these things are a little bit complex. Okay, here if I take a function, okay, how to double it? Simply I will return num start to. This is the thing now. Okay, this is the thing. So I will take the argument as parameter. Okay, num as parameter. Then I will what I will return num start to. Here I have written, done the which one, the arrow function part. Okay, here we are storing it, but here we will pass it only. No storing it. Okay, we will pass it. So this is the function. We will only pass it inside the map. So for every element it will occur. Then it will run this function that is given by me. Okay, and it will return a new array itself. So let's name the array be double because all the element that are there inside the array will be double and returned. Okay, so this is the uh, frame of this map function. Let's check the output by logging it. Log double. Okay, let's see the output. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 was the input. 2 4 6 8 10 12 is the output. This is a very important thing. Look it carefully. Okay. Any any doubts, anything in your mind, you can ask. It is an inbuilt function that allows you to output message or print the value. Uh, it is an inbuilt function, but it is not used to output the message or print the value. Okay, that the output message and print value, that is another function is there. Can to access directly from the object without destructuring. We can access, but see, in one line we can doing all the things. But why to write another four lines or to access the thing? If here here is the thing. Here, if it is not there, destructuring is not there. What will write? Name equals to person dot name. Then age equals to person dot age. So why I will write two lines instead of one? Okay, it is only two attributes. If 10 12 attributes are there, then it will consume 10 and 12 lines. So why I will increase the line of code? Okay, I think you got your solution. Okay, any other doubts? Okay. What is the meaning of console.log? See, console.log means in JavaScript, in your browser, there is a console. Console means this part. This part is the console. Then I am writing. It is the inspector part, this one. Then on the right side, it is console. This part is purely dedicated to JavaScript because browser runs the JavaScript. That's why this part is uh, purely dedicated to JavaScript, and all the thing that are written inside the JavaScript, uh, all the error, all the thing that are displayed on this page, on the console page, not on the browser. So on this console page, I want to log a thing. Log means you must be coming to the term by any telephone log or any phone logs. Logs mean the steps. I will say the steps, or I'm not getting the proper word. Log means any intermediate check. So these things to so the log function helps us to push a message to the console. So console.log, and it is also only for displaying purpose. No thing is there. It is only used for the display purpose. Okay. So another math function. Okay, sure. Here it is double function. So let's make a square function. Okay. So make a square array. So how to do it? Const square. Okay. Const square equals to num dot map. Same uh, syntax. Num dot map. Num is the name of the array. Map is the function, and inside the function parameter, I have to pass a function itself. So arrow function it will be. So num, I can simply write the num for accessing each element, and for each element it will be iterated. What I will do, I will simply square it. So for squaring, I'll use num star num. Okay. So let's log the square. Okay. Let's see what is out. See 1 4 9 16 25 36. Clear? So how can we calculate two number by taking user input? I told you na, by using the prompt. Prompt is there. Prompt function is there to take number or anything as a user input. These are the pop-ups that helps us to take user input in JavaScript. I think it's clear. Map function. And see one thing. Here we are passing the num function. This is a square function we are passing. But internally, uh, I'll show you example how this map function internally works. Okay, I will write a I'll say pseudocode for the map function how it internally works. For example, this is the map function, and here it takes the argument. Which argument? The function as the argument. Okay, function argument it takes, it will not work. Okay, it is only a pseudocode. I want to show this. So and it works on an array. Array name is there, a dot array. So for example, arr dot array. So array is there inside. So array is access to it. For example, array is 1 2 1 3 5 4. And here you need and here what will happen now, for a for loop will run for num in arr. Okay, for num in arr, for number in arr, for each number in arr, it will iterate. How it will iterate? It will iterate by performing the same function that I have passed as a parameter. Okay, here it is the function. I think you are getting how we getting the how the map function will be written. Okay, this is a only pseudocode for a reference. This will not work, but this is how the map function must be written. Clear? Okay. So basically square. So basically square in for loop. Yes, yes. This for loop is used for accessing each element, and we're passing the argument, and that argument is a function, and that function is run for each element. Okay, inside the map function. And see one thing. Here is a callback function. See what is callback function? It is mostly used in React. What is callback function? This function is passed as a parameter. When a function is passed as a parameter to another function, map is a function, and when the parameter and a function is passed, this is also a function, and this function is passed as a parameter to another function. So this function is a callback function. Callback means this map function will tell you, come with me now, I will call you later. Okay, so this is callback function. And see, when map function executes, it will calling the function after it. It is not directly executing. When it need it, it will call back it. That's from this the name comes the callback function. So what is a callback function? When a function is passed as a parameter to another function, it is called a callback function. Okay, I think it's clear. Okay. Map is only one function, that is of the array function, one of the array function. Then another array function comes, that is the, I will say the, which one, let's refer, filter. Okay. From the name itself, it suggests that it will filter something. Okay. Filter means it will exclude something, some part, on basis of the condition we have provided. Okay, so nums, let's move this to a little below for our reference. Yeah, okay, so same, how to access that? We can access it by the function of by the name of the array. So num dot filter, and filter out something. So to filter out something, we need to check the, which one, we need to check the check a condition to filter out something. So we have to give a condition here. So what will I write? I'll pass the array sorry, I'll pass the function here. So what will be the function? For example, I need only the even numbers. For that, what will I write? I'll write num condition. What is the condition? Num mod 2 double equals to 0. If it is double equals to 0, then it is a even number, then it will be added to the filter out, and it will filter and accumulate these thing into a array. So let's create an array for the return purpose, const even number. Okay, so I log, it is the output num. So now even is the output. Let's see it's working or not. See, the even numbers are filter out. Only 2, 4, 6 are filter out. 1, 2, 3 is not filter out. Okay. Here, what are we doing? We are simply providing the arrow function, and it will return which one? It will return a it is a relational operator, so it will return either true or false. If it is true, then it will be added to the even array, or if it is false, then it will not be added to the even array. I think it's fine. Okay. Any doubts? So screen, but why it is used for map exactly means we're mapping everything now. See, for every word or every element, we are mapping it to another element. For example, one is mapped to num. Here, num star num. For one is related to one. Two is related to two star two. The two is related to four. Three is related to three star three. Three is related to nine. That's why the map. This is why the function name is map. Screen not showing properly. I have zoom it. I have ultra zoom it, but also it is not showing you properly. Let's check your. Please check your internet connection. Okay. Any doubts? And the filter method. No doubts. Okay. You can similarly you can get the odd number also. How to get it? You can give a 1 year. Okay. So the odd number will be printed here. See 135 are the odd numbers. Okay. And okay, there is a concept of triple equals to in JavaScript. Double equals to mean the if the value are same, then it is same, and true will be returned. If I write triple equals to, then along with the value, the data type of the value will be checked. Okay, data type means zero data type is number, num mod 2 data type also number. Then it will be only go to the two. It will return true, and the output will come. Okay, double equals to triple equals to. It is also one of the most asked interview questions. Okay, so let's comment it. So this is the name of filter, map filter. Then the third one is reduce. Reduce means we will reduce the whole array to something. For example, we are finding the sum. So how to get the sum? Or adding all the elements and reducing to a single variable, that is sum. So from that name, the reduce function comes. Same thing. How to get it? For example, I need num dot reduce. Okay. Here we'll pass two methods, two parameter. What are the two parameter? Accumulator and the number. Is tell what is the accumulator is. See, the accumulator is the thing which accumulates everything. For example, your the logic in finding the sum of the array. What you are writing? Sum equals to 0. Okay. After sum equals to 0, you are running a loop, and in that loop, you are incrementing the sum and accumulating the whole the sum of each number inside that sum variable. So there is a accumulator. So for that accumulator, I have to pass an accumulator here. That is the accumulator equals to I have to pass the accumulator. Okay. So we have to pass the arrow function, and that's why this is. And then I have to do anything, that is acc plus num. I have to add. Okay, this is the thing. This is the arrow function, and along with the arrow function will take two argument, but reduce function also take two argument. But it is one argument, that is a function, and another argument, that is initializing the accumulator. For example, 0 I will initialize. Okay, and it will return a variable. For example, const sum. Okay, now if I need to do console.log is sum. See, 21 is the output. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 21 is the output, so it's correct. Any doubts? Yes, obviously. We can we will on the last part we will get the this is completed. This part is completed, then we will go for the DOM manipulation part. In DOM manipulation part, I will give an example where you will get the website behavior, how it corresponds to the behavior and functionality of the website. Okay, so any other doubt? Clear, sir. But we do same thing in the with the help of simple function also. Then why use map? See, in map we simply write this thing in single line. Okay, same thing can be done, I know, but we are writing the same thing in single line. This is the this reduce the complexity of the lines, and also it also works very fast. Okay, faster execution also. That's why these are used. Any other doubts? What is the difference between map, filter, reduce? I told you, map maps everything. Filter takes out the argument, takes out the element which condition doesn't match, and it filter out. A reduce makes and in reduce we reduce the whole array to something. See, here the whole array is 1 2 3 4 5 6, but we are getting the output as a single element, so it is reduced. Same thing. Try to relate these things. And any other example? Any other doubt? Map is only used for array. Yes, these are all the functions that I am talking about are only array functions that cannot be used for any object or also any other thing. These are only array functions. Okay. Please repeat. So, filter. I will repeating once again. Same thing. Filter will. Here is the filter part. Okay. So filter will check for each element and check for the condition I have provided. Here it is the condition I have provided. If the num modulus 2 double equals to 0 is true, then it will be added to the even array. Otherwise, if it is false, it will not be added to the even array. Okay. So this function and will be run for each element, and another array will be formed. Okay, so this is the working of the filter function. Can we get any another example of reduce? Yes, we can get. That is the factorial, I think. Yes, factorial. For that I need to write factorial. Okay, and factorial num dot reduce accumulator num, and here we have to multiply. And what is the accumulator value in factorial finding? 1. Okay, so I'll write factorial here. I think it will work fine. See, 720. Okay, not the factorial, I will say. Sorry, the multiplication of all the elements in the array. Sorry, not factorial. Factorial something else. Okay, I think it's fine. It's clear. Then another last function comes. That is the simple function. That is the for each function. Okay, so let me comment these things. For each function. So for each function, it's something like we will do let come to the syntax, then I will explain. For example, it is array function, so nums dot, sorry, what is this, nums dot, it is not nums, it is num dot for each. Okay, num num dot for each. Okay, this is the function, and inside the function I have to pass a arrow function, and that arrow function will be executed. See, these all things are, these are single line return. Okay, single line return, single line return, no multiple function can be written. Multiple line can be written, that's the issue. So for writing multiple lines or doing something, that is used for the for each is used. For example, I'll provide num, and inside num I write a function like this, and here I can write multiple line. Console dot log nums num. Then I can also add any for example, I can get the sum equals to 0 here. Then I can use the sum plus equals to num, and at the end I can also print also by console.log. So for each function helps us to doing a particular line of code for each element present inside the array, and we are console.log. See, all the elements in the array are printed, and along with it sum also. I think it's fine. Okay. Why we use accumulator in reduce? See, here when you are finding any sum of the array, okay, sum of the array, you have to initialize the sum, na? Before initializing sum, can you use it? And after getting each element, we need to have a variable which will add the sum of the number up to that position. For example, our array is of size 5. We have come to the index 2, so the sum will store all the elements up to index 2, or the sum of the index up to index 2. So this is the help of need of the accumulator. Okay, accumulator is used for that, for this purpose. Any other doubt? So it is where the value is stored for reduce. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you for answering that question. Yes. Okay. Uh, for each is done. For each is nothing. For it is like for loop only. It is iterating over each element and giving the output. Okay. So these are the four main function that are used for this, for iterating over the array. Okay. And for example, I will give a application. There are thousands of objects or thousands of items in Flipkart website. Okay, thousands of items. But when you search for any particular type of item, for example, I am searching for any cooking utensil. Okay, so here I have to filter out thing. So how this will work? I will go. There will be array of thousands elements. So from that, I will check for each element where the object type is double equals to which one, the cooking appliances. Then it will be formed into the another array, and that array elements will be sourced to the user, will be shown to the user. And that's how these functions are function have application in the web devs of when you are using the any React framework or something. Sorry, React is not a framework. React is a library. Okay. Okay. Let's move. Okay. Uh, then comes the these three things. These are the little things. I will not go deep into these things. I will tell only what is this. So see, promises are the kind of thing that returns two values. If resolve and reject. If your event is successfully executed, it will, if success is there, then we will go for the resolve part. Resolve means we will uh, do the thing uh, that things are done after an event is completed, successfully completed, and else we will reject it. Same thing is there in promises. Okay, it is a asynchronous operation. See, JavaScript is a synchronous language. Okay. Synchronous language means one line will executed after after the previous line has completely executed. If first line is executed completely, then only the second line will be executed. So this is the meaning of synchronous language. Synchronous. Okay. But JavaScript also has a asynchronous behavior. Asynchronous behavior means uh, get a particular case when the that I am fetching data from database, and fetching data from the database is a very much time consuming operation. Okay, if a data is to be fetched from the uh, database, okay, then uh, I need to wait for the next line to be executed, because it will wait as it is synchronous. The data fetching will be done, and after the data fetching is done from the database, then only the next line will be executed. So this is a the so the next lines will be waiting for the thing which are not required for it, because it can be executed. It is wasting its time with by waiting. So that is why the asynchronous operation is used. Okay. operationalization, asynchronous property of JavaScript is used. See, in the async and await function, it is a uh, async is a keyword to declare a function that is asynchronous. Okay, async is a function that is used to make a function asynchronous. I'm writing it here before the function, so it is asynchronous. So it is denoting a asynchronous function. Okay, when the particular line will be executed, okay, const response equals to fetch data. Fetch data is a data fetching operation, so it is time consuming. So before the time fetch data, when the data will be consumed, I will use await. Await, the role of the await is to pause the execution, and here the execution will be paused for time when the fetch data is used, and this helps in asynchronous operation because it will be paused, then next line will be executed, which is not dependent on this fetch data operation, which is independent of this fetch data operation. It can be run easily. Okay, that's how the asynchronous property helps us the JavaScript to be faster, to execute faster. Okay, and await keyword can only be used inside the async function. That's why async or await, these are used in pairs. Okay, if you are using any async, you have to use await. If you are using await, you have to use async. Async makes the function asynchronous, and await pauses the uh, particular execution of code, and other code which are independent of that fetch data operation or fetch data function, that runs fine. Okay, I think you are getting some part into the uh, asynchronous part. We're getting the asynchronous part of JavaScript. Okay. Uh, then the fetch API is fetch function is used to get the uh, data from API. For example, this is API. This is a API. From this API, we'll get the response, and from for that response, we will JSON. We'll convert it to JSON form, and dot then is a function that is used when it is successfully executed. When the particular function is successfully executed, this then will be performed. Okay, and catch will be performed when error will occur. Same thing. No, no change is there. Okay, we'll get into deep when the React part will start. Okay, then the DOM selection and manipulation part. This is the behavior of the JavaScript when we will interact with the website. In the website, we will embed the JavaScript, and we will manipulate the behavior also. Okay, I told you na, the form handling part. In form handling part, we handle the form on the client machine only. So we are interacting with the web page. Someone recently asked any example where we can get to know all these behaviors, functional behavior of this. So this is the part, DOM manipulation part. DOM means uh, DOM stands for document object model. Okay, you are writing any HTML file. So HTML file, it is a the DOM is like tree like structure. You are writing any HTML file now. Uh, any HTML, where is the HTML file? Here, the whole thing will be, the parent will be HTML tag, and HTML tag will have two children, that is the head and the body. Okay, and the body will have many children according to our code, how we have written our body part. If a div is there, for example, I am writing one, a div is there, inside div there is a span here, and inside div there is another div, and here is another section, and inside that section there is a paragraph, and inside that paragraph there is a span. Okay, so this will store in a tree like manner. First the HTML file will be there, HTML, then the head and body will be there inside on the HTML. Then inside the body there will be a div. Then inside div there will be a span and another div. And inside this div there will be a section. and inside the section there will be paragraph, and inside the paragraph there will be span. So all the things is stored in form of DOM, is like a tree like structure. Okay, tree, there is a parent and children, like that manner only. So we need to manipulate that DOM. So how to manipulate this in that DOM? For that, uh, we have to use JavaScripts, and JavaScript provide some predefined functions that helps us to manipulate the mm, DOM. Okay. Okay. And so let's start how to manipulate these things. For example, this is a simple HTML file. Oh, okay. One thing I left to tell you. See the script tag where the JavaScript is connected. See, first I told you on the first day how the HTML file loads from the top to bottom. Okay, from the top to bottom. Okay, it loads. So HTML provides us a frame. Okay, frame is needed to showing here when the frame will be loaded. Then after the frame is loaded, then the CSS will be there, and CSS is loaded. Then after the behavior will be there, na. When the whole HTML CSS is loaded, then after the behavior we need JavaScript behavior. Before the frame or anything is not is there, if we write the JavaScript code, will it work properly? Because there is no frame, and on that frame only the JavaScript will run. On that frame we will define all the behavior. Okay, that's why the JavaScript linked at the bottom part after the page is fully loaded, then after the JavaScript part is written. Otherwise, it can give you error, and you will never find the error because JavaScript will never tell you that. Sorry, HTML will never tell you that embed the script file on the last part. Okay. So actually, I faced also the same issue. I was writing the script tag on the head part. Okay. On the head part, I was writing the script tag, and I was doing all the things in a right way, but I was getting error. So I was helpless. I cannot get the why the error is coming. So after a little bit exploring, I get the thing to embed the script tag on the last of the body tag. I will say when the everything is loaded, then the JavaScript will be run. Okay, you got. I think you got. In promises, why we use function inside the function? Function is the inside the function is not a big thing for you, because we have already written the function inside the function. Here, see, it is a function where map function and all the array function, that are callback functions that are used. There is a function written which is passed as a parameter, and that function will be run on that for each loop. For each also a function. Okay. For each also a function, and inside that for each function, this particular function that I have provided will be run. So function inside function is just a thing, not a big issue. Okay. Okay. Uh, After this, we will go for the where DOM manipulation part. Okay. You got the reason why I embed the script tag on the last of the body tag. Okay, the last part of the body. When the whole frame will be loaded, then only the particular um, JavaScript will run. Okay, so let's create some HTML document. For example, let's create a div. Here it will be written some random words. Okay, and I need to get this div to manipulate it. I need to access it first, then I will manipulate it. So for accessing it, there is a function available, document dot get element by tag name. Get elements by tag name. By tag name also you can get the element. For example, tag name is div. Okay, so let's see it's working or not. Oh, we have accessed it. We have accessed the div. Then we have to display it. So log, I'll do the log, and I need to store it also. Let's create a let div equals to, and print the div here. See, it is giving me HTML collection, that is div, and inside that div there is something, and the some something are there. Some things are written. All the properties, all the behavior are stored here. Okay. So it is the whole thing. It is stored, but I don't need the whole thing. I need only the. It is a group of. It is a array. See, get elements by tag name. There can be multiple div. So let's take unique example. For unique example, I already told you IDs are unique in HTML. So let's write a div having a ID of 1. Now I'll write some random text, and to access it, okay. So to access this particular div having the ID 1, there is another function. This is get elements by tag name. It is plural, so tag name can be multiple. So let I will simply console, sorry, log get elements by, sorry, document dot get elements by id. Okay, there is a function. See here it is singular, get element by id, so it will be a single output. So what is the name? 1. So let's see what is printed. So comment out this only. Okay, see, it is giving me the whole div. Okay, only a single output. But is I am particular with the following div, or I am particular with the content of the div? I need only the content. For that content, if I need only the content, okay, what can I write? I can get the value out of it. And the value, it is undefined, it has no value. If I write inner text, what is the text inside it? Then the lorem value will come. There is no value, there is the lorem value will come. Okay. And if I want to manipulate it also by, for example, there is a I will get into the style attribute. On the style attribute, I will write the color. Color equals to, for example, red. I will say. Let's see. See, the color is changed to red. I am using JavaScript to render all these things. Okay. Color is changed to red. For example, I need to change it to blue. Okay. I need to change it to blue. See, it is changed to blue color. This is how DOM manipulation occurs. You can access his class names also. For example, to get the class list, you can use uh, class dot class list. Sorry, dot class list. It will have all the classes. There is no class list here, so it will give me a null value or no value. If I write any class here, for example, class equals to, for example, I say class of info. See, class name is info here. If I am give another class, for example, DOM. Okay, see, DOM is also there. Okay. And if I need to manipulate the class also, I can class. I can manipulate the class by class list dot remove. Which class I need to remove? For example, DOM class I remove. Okay. See, when we will inspect this, see, there only class equals to info. No DOM is there. I can remove the info also. For removing info, I write here info. So only DOM will be there. See, only DOM is there. Okay. I think you get how to manipulate all these things. You can access it and you can manipulate these things. Okay. So This is one way of accessing the element. Any doubts? No doubts. Okay. Simple things. Then we will go for the form handling part. Okay, form handling part. In form handling, okay, in form handling there is a form. So let's create the form. I will remove all these things. I'll create a form first. So form, and inside the form I will write a, sure, I'll write a, for example, our form will consist of two fields. One is username, another is password. Okay, we'll also try to design it if time permits. Okay. So first thing will be input. Okay, input type equals to text. That's fine. Then I provide a ID here. ID equals to user name. Okay, then I'll provide a name also for the label purpose, username, and here I'll provide a label and label for username. Okay, and inside that I'll write username. Sorry, what I've written. Okay, username. Then a password field. So I will have a label first, label for password. Okay, and I will write your password, and this is fine. And after this, I will write another input field. What is the input field? That is a password field. So it is having a password. Okay, name equals to password, ID equals to same password. Okay, I think it's done. Yes, it's done. Then I will have one submit form. Okay, submit button. So input type equals to submit, and value will be kind of login. Okay, let's see how our form looks. It's not looking good. So let's make, give a break line here and another break here. Okay, that's fine. If you want also I can uh, change the design, but it's fine. Okay, so it is a username where you can write anything. Then password, you will give your password, then you will click on login. Okay, and particular login will be done. Okay, so see, when I am writing this, see, on the top of the browser, here the variables and which thing, the fields, input fields variable is passed. See, this is the username, this is the password, this is which type of request, get request. Okay, so it is get request, get, sorry, get method, not request, get method of of submitting the form data. So it is revealing the in sensitive information, so we usually don't use in case of this login, we use the post method. Okay, so this is the thing I have told you yesterday also. Yes, in form yesterday or day before yesterday. Okay, so this is the particular form, and I have to handle the form. For example, if I am having I will restrict the username, I will give the rules. Username must be of uh, greater than 3 characters. Okay, greater than 3 characters. The length of the username should be greater than 3 characters. Fine. And for the password, we'll check for another validator. We'll check for any, the password should be of the uh, 6, length 6. Password should be of the minimum password length should be 6, and the password should contain one, for example, at the rate symbol also. Okay, and let okay, huh, yes. will get the @ symbol also. And this is a type of normal validator when you are using and sign up into any account. Then it will show you in minimum length of the password should be 6, and it should have a special character. And these things are the validator, form validator. So these things we will check. Okay. And another thing, uh, is, yes, the username and password field, both the field cannot be empty. Okay. So these are the validation I will provide. Okay. So for that, I need to access the username and password fields. These field I need to access. Okay. So, and these field will be accessed when it will be submitted. All the information will be checked while submission. So there is a event handling function in HTML for the forms, especially on submit. Okay. When the form will be submitted, that particular function will be called. That function name let the function name be validate. Okay. And inside the validate, okay, one thing, when you are clicking on sign in, the whole page is refreshed. I don't want this, because if it will be refreshed, the console will be clear. You will not get anything. Okay. So uh, so you will got the error. I don't want that thing. So for that, I will recommend you uh, for using that. Okay. So I will use another way to stop this refresh thing. Okay. And here the validate function is there, and here the function. I write the function validate function I am calling here, so I have to define the validate function. So function validate, and here I need to access all the things by these get element by ID method. I provided the ID for each of the inputs. Here the ID is username. Here the ID is password. Okay, fine. So okay, password and this, and it is the validate function. And here, what will I do? I will access to this username and password by the get element method. So username let username, sorry. So let username equals to document dot get element by id. Okay. Document dot get element by id. Here I'll provide the id as username. Okay. Then let password equals to document dot get element by id and password. Okay. I'm getting all these things. I'm getting the username and password. Then I have to check for everything. For checking purpose, I will write uh, how to check the username is empty or not. First, I will check for empty. Okay. First, I will check for empty. Okay. So, what will I do? I will if the um, uh, username, I have to get the value out of it. So, I will write if username dot value. Okay, if username dot value, let's check it is working or not. Okay, so I will log this thing, log of username dot value. Okay, so let's check it is, see it is getting a refresh. That's the thing I was talking about. The page is refreshed, that's why the console is also refreshed. That's why we are not getting the thing. So we have to you have to restrict the uh, which one? Refresh. So for restricting the refresh, we have to prevent the default behavior of that particular submit button. So you have to pass the event here. What is the event? Click event. Sorry, refresh event. Okay, so we have to here I have to catch it by e, and I will write here e dot prevent default. This will prevent the default behavior of JavaScript. See, Now the it will be not refreshed. Okay, page is not refreshed, and it is also showing in the log. Okay. Now I will check for username dot value. Okay, I am checking its value. Value is it's correct. Now I'll check for its length. Log of length. Username dot value dot length. Length is not a function. Length is a property. Okay. See the length of the word 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Yes, it is giving the 9 is out. So if the length is 0, then it is empty. Okay. So what can I write? If the username dot length is 0 double equals to 0, then I can give a alert. What is the alert? The user name cannot be empty. Let's check it's working or not. If I am giving any blank username, yes, it is working. The username cannot be empty. Okay, so it's working fine. Then what can I do? I can get the password. Then I can check the length of the username. Okay, so I'll use a else if statement. Here I will check for length of the username. It should be greater than uh, 3 characters, greater than equals to 3. So until with the alert should be the username cannot be less than uh, 3 characters. Okay, that's fine. Okay, then we have to check for the password, and also, so I will write another else if statement. Else if, then I have to get the password also. So same thing I have done. Instead of username, I will simply write the password. Password dot value dot length greater than equals to, I will say 6. Should be greater than equals to 6. So I will write an alert. Okay, and the password can be the password uh, should be 6 character long. Okay, password should be 6 character long, and here. Okay, okay, username. For example, I am giving a correct username, but a wrong password. So it should be username cannot be less than 3 characters. Okay, I have password cannot less than. Okay, it should be less than symbol, no? Less than equals to 3. Yes, that's why. Then I will provide a password. It is saving. Why it is saving? Because it is greater than 6. So that's why I have to give less than. If it is 6 also it will work. Uh, so yeah, password should be 6 character long. Yes, that's fine. Okay. Then if error is there, then we will prevent the which one? Basic behavior. So after each alert, there should be signal. Okay. And if the error is true, we will prevent the basic behavior. Okay. We can do a particular logic where I can give a let error. We can create a variable error which will be false basically, and after if it is false, if any error becomes occurs, we will simply convert it to true. Error equals to true. Then error equals to true. error equals to true. Okay, error is true, and here it's fine. Okay, here. Now what will I do? If error double equals to true, then only I will prevent the prevent default. Okay, e dot prevent default. Then I will prevent the basic behavior. Otherwise, I will not. Otherwise, it can be easily performed the which one? Otherwise, it can easily perform the sign in operation. And after sign in, it will go to another page. Okay, it will go to another page. For example, here the action is the attribute. I have to specify. For example, thank you dot html. Okay. Here I will create another page. Thank you dot html. Okay. Here I will give a basic template, html template, and I will give here h1 tag, basic h1 tag. Thank you for login in our application. Okay, simply a page where we can give a thank you message. Okay, so here it's work fine. Okay, uh, was not defined reference error. Ignore this thing now. For now, if it is blank and both the fields are blank, then it should give me okay. False is not defined. Why it is not defined? Let me check. Where is the error? It should give me which line it is coming. 156. 156. I think it is small case. Okay. Yes, small case. That's why the error is coming. And here, let's where is the error? I've changed it. It is not refreshed. I think. Yes. If I yes, now it is working fine. See, if it is username is blank, then the username cannot be empty. And if I give an username also, but it is less than 2 characters, then it is showing username cannot be less than 3 characters. Then I am giving the 3 characters. Then it is giving the username cannot be less than 3 characters. Okay, I have to give another. Now the password should be 6 character long. Here I am not giving any password. If I give a 5 character long password, then it should give me the password should be 6 character long. And after I am giving the password correctly, then only the login is done. Thank you for logging in our application. Okay, so this is particular thing. And
Okay. Uh,
okay,
I guess that's it. Shall we wrap
yes,
up?
yes, yes, yes,
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Subhranshu. Let us
yes,
end and meet tomorrow again at the same time. All right. Thank you,
yes.
everyone.
Thank you all.